Hey guys, Shop here with another Why Not Jungle video. In this video series we take a look at the lesser picked or off the meta champions that you wouldn't normally see in the jungle, and we just talk a little bit about them. In the last video we featured Renekton jungle, and thanks to your suggestions, in this video we're going to feature jungle Gnar. If you want your voice to be heard and recommend champions for me to feature in the next video, then details on how you can do that will be towards the end of this video. So what are 3 positives of playing jungle Gnar? Firstly, he is a resourceless champion. That means he can spam his abilities all day long in the jungle to help with his clearing without worrying about running out of mana or anything nasty like that. He also fills the jungle role quite effectively as far as being a tanky champion that can also initiate and working well with a limited budget. In addition to that, his teamfight prowess is pretty decent, and of course the last reason why you'd want to pick jungle Gnar is because quite simply he is the cutest little bastard around. So what are 3 cons of playing jungle Gnar? Firstly, his early clears can be pretty tough. You do run quite low on health and you're not particularly fast, especially if you don't get a good leash. Secondly, your transformations to Mega Gnar can be unreliable at best. Often it is wasted when you're clearing through the jungle, and it is very hard to get it ready and prepared for when you want to go and gank. And lastly, you have no sustain for your clears, so if you're staying in the jungle for too long, then you will get quite low on health. So overall, what do I think about jungle Gnar? Well, jungle Gnar had been one of my favourite weird picks since his release. He was never anything special, mostly due to his hard first clears and his low impact early game, but it was always pretty fun to play when you got to those team fights. The Season 5 jungle significantly amped up the difficulty, and poor old jungle Gnar became more risk than reward. It also didn't help that there was no jungle enchant that really helped him, but since the introduction of Cinderhulk and the nerfs to the early game jungle, Gnar can spend the first 10 minutes not role playing as Broken Shard and dying to jungle monsters. What you're left with now is an incredibly cute, fluffy ball of acceptable clears and powerful team fighting, but don't expect to be able to fight enemy junglers unless you catch them with their pants down, and don't expect to strike the fear of God into enemy laners who anticipate your overwhelming gank prowess, because you don't have that. He really doesn't do too much early, but that's okay, as Mega Gnar is a powerful foe that will beat the crap out of anyone and everyone, even if you aren't that fed, thanks to the free stats you get. Teamfighting is where Gnar shines though, and good ultimates can easily win you the fight by themselves. To be honest, jungle Gnar plays a lot like a standard Gnar, just with less items and a weaker early game. And despite the fact that I said your Mega Gnar transformations would be unreliable, as your Gnar bar would fall off as you go to gank, don't forget that you can walk over to the Scuttle Crab and give him a few knocks in order to charge that Gnar bar for you to go join a fight or go and gank. You never know, those few extra points in your Gnar bar might just make the biggest of differences. So for those of you looking for some more knowledge on how to play jungle Gnar, I'm going to pull this graphic on the screen now with all of the information that I like to use when I'm playing it. At the beginning of the video I mentioned you could influence what champion I'm featuring in my next videos. The way you can do that is to either tweet at me at FoxShopLol using the hashtag WhyNot followed by your champion of choice. You can just leave a comment in the video as well, but it's much more easy for me to see them if they're directed to me at Twitter. Either way, I'm going to try to read as many of those suggestions as I can, but that's all I want to say for this video. So thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to me for more educational league content with a bit of entertaining stuff on the side as well. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, and catch me streaming on Twitch as well. All of those links are in the description, guys, but most importantly, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.